Hello, this is Maestro Scar, and this is the SGDQ submission video for Super Cloudbuilt. Now, you may have seen Wobbs run the original at previous GDQ events, and this is a reimagining and remastering of the entire game. Completely new physics, new tech, revamped levels, all sorts of stuff. So, the run that we're going to be doing is the full game rush mode. It's 32 levels, back to back, and the time estimate is going to be 35 minutes. And as you can see, that's a little bit slower than a lot of the PBs up here, but these use a lot of crazy IL strats that we're not going to touch in this run, just for consistency's sake. So, without further ado, let's start the run. So, the timer will start when the screen says go. Ready, go. So, this is Super Cloudbuilt. It is a third-person rocket parkour platformer. Now, I know what you're thinking, rocket parkour platformer. Sounds awesome, but where's the rocket? Well, we don't get our jetpack or gun until the next level. This is the intro level, which is designed to get us used to the main character, Demi's movement. It's the usual third-person parkour platform. You can run, jump, run on walls, climb up. The usual suspects. Now, once we get the jetpack, all bets are off, and the amount of tech I'm going to have to explain skyrockets. Because this next level is a showcase of every single bit of movement tech we're going to use in the entire run, condensed into 50 seconds. So I'm going to try as best as I can to explain the building blocks of how we do a run, and let the game speak for itself. So, buckle up. Here we go. So this yellow bar at the bottom is our jetpack fuel. It's what allows us to do this. And we refill it by not using our jetpack while on the ground, or by collecting these yellow orbs, which give us half of our jetpack fuel back right on the spot. Now we pick these up in order to keep our momentum going. So with the jetpack, you can do dashes in the air, dashes on the ground, and jumps in the air as well. You can combine the two together into a dash jump. By moving all this together and trying to ration our energy in effective ways, is how we move around in this game. And get this in, okay, I need to stop here. Here we go. Now what you just saw me do is, after you're on the ground and not using your jetpack for a solid second, your jetpack recharges much faster than it would if you're just standing or running. And that is initial entry. Whew. So now I'm going to go more in depth into other things, like grenades. I'm going to do a grenade jump coming up, and these are the blue shots. We have two of them. They stick to wherever you shoot them, and then they explode and give you knockback. There will be plenty of these to see later on if you didn't catch that. So the blue shot will damage enemies, but not damage Demi, allowing us to do essentially a free rocket jump. And with all that, we can skip large portions of levels with no problem. Next thing I'm going to show you is charging. You may have seen Demi's jetpack glow blue, and you'll see it right here. If we do it on the ground, it'll flash twice. First flash means it's starting, second flash means it's ready. When you unleash the dash, it is cheaper than your usual dash, and also gives you more speed. This is the way that you get the most efficient routes in this game, is by charging. However, when you're charging, as you'll see, I can't move while I'm doing it. You can do it in the air, but you have to let go of all directional input. So if I'm moving while charging a dash, I can't change my trajectory at all. That means I have to be real careful with it. So I'm going to do another charge in the air coming up. I have to make sure I'm right. Yes, okay, I'm on target. And there we go. Now, next up, I mentioned that we have two blue shots, two grenade shots at a time. They refill after you're on the ground for about half a second. There is a slight stagger between firing them, meaning that we can't put both right next to each other and get an insane amount of height. What I'm going to do on this tower is use both to get around these spikes up here and climb to the top and use that as a shortcut. However, that was a mistake. Let's try that again. I'll use both to launch myself above the spikes and climb to the top, which I'm really not supposed to be able to do. And that's that. So coming up, we've got the Core 16 levels. It's 4 groups of 4, divided into these 4 branches, and each of them share a theme. They start easy and get harder. So this is the easy part of the Dawn branch. And all in all, this is one of the easiest branches to do a speedrun of. Casually, it's somewhere in between in terms of difficulty. But a lot of these strats here are fairly consistent and look really cool when you get them right. So, didn't do that one right after I say this is fairly easy. Wouldn't be a GDQ run without that, right? Next thing I'll say, oh, this never happened before. Oh, here we go. Come on, get up there. There we go. So that is a combination of dash jumps and boost jumps. Boost jumps are mid-air jumps, like that. We use those when we don't want to go flying off somewhere, but still need to get height. They're really inefficient in terms of energy usage, since they take up a third of your entire bar, but sometimes they're necessary. Now on this level, I'm going to try and do another double grenade strat like the one a few levels ago, and I'm going to put a portable checkpoint before I do it. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a checkpoint you get at the beginning of each level, that you can place anywhere. Now I need to time my landing with this blue shell. I did not get it. That's why we put this down. I'm going to give it 2 more tries before I do a normal route. Nope. Last try. Oh, didn't get the charge. Go. Come on. No dice. Okay, we'll just do this the regular way. That's because this is GDQ, right? You gotta get style points. It's no fun to just stop in between every single jump. Alright, and there we go. Now, those double grenade strats are incredibly risky because the grenades explode precisely 1 second after you shoot them. I do not control when they detonate. So when I'm flying at that speed, I need to be careful where I lay the second grenade. Now, this is the last level of the Dawn branch, and we break it. We break it hard. Let's see. Didn't get enough height on that, so let's do a backup. We're not supposed to be going this way. And after I make this jump, we're now actually going backward in this level. And if you sneak in behind this turret, do a high jump, with jump again, there we go. You can sneak right into the back of it. So now we're on to the next branch, and this route is really cool and kind of funny. So it uses the background. These right here. Let's try it again. It's the hardest jump in the run, actually. It uses the background objects that are supposed to be just for decoration and makes a route out of it. We use it to get to this slide, which we're normally supposed to be going down, but screw the rules. We have physics. There we go. And this was found during development, where you could jump here to the end. So they put 1 sniper, 2 snipers, 3 snipers, and the 4th sniper just didn't shoot. So those snipers don't do their jobs very well, since we can still get around them. Now I'm going to try double grenade strats here about 4 times. Now I mentioned that you can't shoot them right after each other, so this is a very precise input, and okay, I got it first try. That's going to save about 7 seconds off of the run. That is a massive skip. It's a little bit awkward at the end, but the amount of time you save doing that double grenade jump is insane. So moving on, in the day branch, this is one of my favorites. I didn't get the intro right, but again, that's why you have to have backup strats for this. This is such a momentum-based game that if you get off, it's hard to get back on. So I'm going to try something and put a portable checkpoint here because this next skip will probably kill me. But again, it's worth a shot. Gotta save the frames. Just go here, dodge these bombs. Looking good. Oh, a little short. Okay, we'll do it the regular way. So ideally, you skip all the way to that ramp, jump to the end. But if we do it the normal way, you have to go through this entire wall run section. And you can speed this up by doing this. And grabbing some energy. But you can see how much time it saves by jumping right here and hitting the end. But again, backup strats. Now, on to acceptance. This is the final level of the day branch, and starts with a slightly tricky jump. Oh, alright, got the energy, didn't think I did. There we go. Now this next strat, let's see if I get it. Involves abusing the geometry? No. So you can stand on top of that tree and do this jump. So I'm going to do a double grenade jump instead. Get enough height to grab that energy, and keep going. Once again, skipping a massive part of the level. At any given time, we're only doing about half of the level that we're supposed to be doing. It's pretty fun. So now we've got the Storm branch. This is where there's a lot of enemies, a lot of bombs, Wob's favorite, and the chance of dying is pretty high if you're only worried about health. The day branch is a little harder in terms of those skips because they're so dangerous, but you have to be very wary of the enemies here, because if they catch you and stop you, you're probably going to get hit enough times that it'll kill you. So with this one, possible sound warning, there's a wall that likes to really shake the screen if we hit it, coming right up here. Yep, okay, yeah, there it is. Oh, so that is the one instance of RNG in this entire game. We've never figured out what causes that wall to do that, and sometimes it won't do anything at all. But other than that, everything in this game is by your own doing. If you mess up, it's your own fault. RNGesus has no sway here. Okay, here we go. The only instance that comes close to RNG is cycles. And there aren't any cycles on this level, luckily, but I'll show you some later. And here we go. Up at the top. Redeployment is up next, and this is the bane of every casual player. Everyone who's just playing through this to try and clear the level, oh, you're gonna die about 50 times trying to clear this. And it's because of what's coming up right here. That? It's the death spiral. I can't count how many lives I lost trying to do this normally, but with some really cool strats, you can fly right over the entire thing. I think the first time I tried that, I died about 100 times. So now we're on to the final branch of the main 4 branches. This is the Knight. And in my opinion, the hardest on average. The day branch has some tough routes, but it's overall not too bad. This one is just consistently difficult, and if you mess up, it's probably going to kill you right then and there. So this one has a really cool ending that I'd like to show you. We've been using these glass slides here, which remove your ability to really control Demi while you slide on them. But we can use this up here and do a makeshift ramp to get massive height. And, okay, I didn't get enough to go straight to the goal, but still managed to save it. Now this one starts off with a really cool momentum trick. So we start going here. I need to grab this while charging. I did not get, okay. Remember, while charging, I can't have any inputs down. Yes, okay, there we go. I have to have that pretty much on trajectory from the beginning. And for the end of it, this is one example of a cycle. These lightning cannons. I kind of had to wait there since I messed up earlier on and reset the cycle. Now for the aptly named My Regrets. It's the final level of Core 16. They put these bombs up here to keep me from doing this. Obviously, it didn't work. There were several things from the original that were supposedly fixed so that we couldn't do it anymore, but we will always find a way. This is another example of the cycle. These lasers. If you mess up your path and do it too slowly, you'll get an unfortunate... Oh, speaking of unfortunate, I hit the ceiling there, and it messed up my path to get there. So luckily, the checkpoint saves the cycle where it was when you hit it, so I don't have to worry about that. There we go. Let's play this part safe. Alright. And from here on, it's smooth sailing until the end of the level. Coming up after this is the fog branch. It was added in the original as free DLC and reworked for this. It's 5 levels, and there are no enemies. So these were added in because lots of people starting out had trouble with the difficulty curve and couldn't get used to the platforming aspect, which is it's a major part of this game. It also has a really cool route, like this. A really cool route. I make no apologies for the puns that happened in this run. I am not responsible. So, with all that out of the way, this would be a good time for donations, because this level is not as flashy as the others and just involves a lot of grenade jumping and climbing, since it's mostly vertical. If there are no donations, and the couch has gone comatose, or there is no couch at all, I could explain the story, which is that Demi was a soldier in a war sometime in the future, and her squad, including herself, was ripped apart by a bomb, and she wakes up in this kind of weird dreamscape, which none of this looks really natural. And she is given only the hint that this is her rehabilitation. And she has to figure out what that means. All these branches are her different interpretations of it. Now the story plays a little bit of a background role to gameplay, since the gameplay is really tight. But it's a really cool concept to think about. Now, for other cool facts about this game, there's not only time trial modes, but supercharge modes, and other such challenges that you can do for ranks. And to give you an idea of how fast some of those are, my route on that level for marathons is 26 seconds. The individual leaderboard, the IL time, is 21 seconds. And the supercharge, which refills your energy every time your feet touch any surface, is 12 seconds. So, the amount of speed in this game is absurd. Now, this level's called Mistakes, which, aptly named, and here comes the leap of faith. Hallelujah. Okay, I made it. Scares me every time. So, this next one, Implications, is my favorite fog level, because we get to go on the water slide. Here we go! Get a massive skip here. Oh yeah, feels good. And once again, the IL time for this is under 30 seconds. Meanwhile, this route is about 40 and some change. And again, you're probably thinking, how can it be faster than this? You can always go faster in this game. There's almost no speed limit whatsoever. So put a checkpoint here before the final jump, just to be sure. Want to make sure I get the... Yes, got it. Right to the goal. So here we have the Defiance levels. 5 levels at the very end that are completely unforgiving and brutal. These are pulse gates here. I just got shot. Lost my momentum. So, these pulse gates, these blue gates, send you in a predetermined direction. We can abuse these, and with dashes and such, to go in other directions and use their momentum for something else. It's a pretty useful trick, but also pretty dangerous. Now, these levels are significantly longer than normal levels, significantly harder, and have no built-in checkpoints. You only have your portable checkpoint that you get at the beginning of the level, and some that you can find or pick up in really dangerous and out-of-the-way places. So there we go. These levels only get longer. That's only about a 35-second level. This one's a minute, if I do it right. And this level Desperation, this has a nasty habit of killing runs if you're not going and doing a marathon. Some of the strats in this are very, very risky, but save a lot of time. I'm going to be using portable checkpoints to kind of mitigate all this, but this is where a lot of time loss can come in if I'm not careful. This is part of the reason for the high estimate. Lost the cycle, so I'm going to put a checkpoint for this jump. And made it. These blue orbs here, these are pulse cores, and they're like those pulse gates from before, but they're orbs. They will send you flying in a predetermined direction, and on this level, that direction tends to be off the side and to your death. You generally don't want to touch them here. Now I'm going to jump to the end, and this jump is always scary. So, here we go. You can overshoot. Okay, made it. An undershoot, and the sniper almost killed me. Okay. Alright, we're good. We livin'. Okay. Now we have Desire. This is my favorite of the Defiance levels, and one of my favorites overall. It's got really flashy strats you can use. Like so. Got the energy pickup, so I don't have to grab that one. And I can skip to the lightning bridges. I'm gonna checkpoint here, because this is dangerous. I did not checkpoint. This is even more dangerous. Abort the plan. Alright, here we go. And go. Don't try this at home, kids. Oh, took a shot. We livin'. We made it. Alright. I might die on this next part, but I'm gonna a portable checkpoint and hopefully... Oh, okay. Dodging bullets. Literally. And we're checkpointing here, because this is a high likelihood that I'm going to die. This glass, again, really hard to control yourself on. You have to launch yourself right there. Block a sniper shot. And made it. So, again, this level is long, and it does not let up. You have to be very careful, especially here. Okay, made it. So, these yellow walls are energy walls. You can do infinite wall runs, and it does not drain your energy. I abuse that by skipping all the way to the end of this section and using the infinite energy to get to a place where I can recharge. Now, this ending, I'm going to try and skip right to the end using the glass to carry my momentum. Nailed it. Okay. It's possible to overshoot that and go off the edge. One of the final two levels, Expectations. This is where runs go to die. This has a lot of areas, like this red pole, that drain your energy. However, this area doesn't. So I can skip a lot of that. And, oh, bombs. Okay, let's try that again. So normally we'd have to go through all these red barriers, banking blue shots off of pulse gates to try and hit generators to turn them off. I'm gonna go back and get that checkpoint since I missed it, because this level, if you're caught off guard, you're gonna die. There we go. Now once again, massive skip over a part where we're not supposed to have any energy. Nailed it. We get here, pick up the energy on our infinite wall, and skip to the end of it. I'm gonna place a checkpoint up here, and I'll explain to you how terminal velocity works. Terminal velocity is if you're going too fast and falling too fast, you cannot grab onto a wall, which, luckily I wasn't there. So I was able to grab on, use the infinite energy wall to climb up, and refuel at the top. Okay. That was scary. So I messed up my inputs, now I have to wait again. Alright, here we go. Skip over the laser bridges, we're good. Now the ball pit. We gotta get in here early so that the cameras only notice us now. If we wait any longer, we're gonna see all that over there. And you do not want to spend an extra hour in this ball pit. Hear all that nonsense? That's what we would be stuck in if I wasn't quick enough. And I'd probably be dead. For a casual player, it is a nightmare. We're gonna try for an ending. Really quick. We're on a wall that drains our energy. We have to shoot these barriers, shoot that generator, and save enough energy for this. Woo! Alright. That is a massive time save right there. We're on pretty good pace. If you miss that, you have to do this puzzle where you go back and forth and try to shoot a generator out of the air. Alright. So this is Chains. This is the final level in the run. And boy, is it a marathon. It is relentless. Let's see. The level itself, the S rank time for this is over 5 minutes long. None of my routes have been over 3 minutes so far. Hopefully this one will be just under 3 minutes the way I do it, with safety strats. However, there are luckily a fair amount of checkpoints within reach. So I've got 2 at the moment, and I'll use one once I get to the end of this section. Here's this. Do not want to go near those pulse cores because they can send you off to your death. Double jump, skip here. Ooh, okay. Gonna wait here. Again, that one will send you straight down. Head up. And off we go. This is where we place our first checkpoint. So this whole wall run section here, no thanks. We can skip. Now, we're not supposed to be able to stand on this, but if we go right at the corner there, we're all good. And we're into this section, which lots of pulse gates sending us all over the place, and if you're not careful, run into a wall of bombs. Pick up this checkpoint. Oh, I should not have done that. I didn't hit terminal velocity. Let the sniper hit me back into the wall. I'm gonna grab 2 things of energy to be on the safe side. So I have to do 2 boost jumps to get up. Alright, we live in. We made it. And we're gonna put another checkpoint here because I do not want to go through that again. Oh boy, no. Here we go. Again, abusing the momentum. Okay, didn't make it all the way up, so I gotta kill these guys. And head over here, because we're about to head into a purple section, which I've been skipping every single one of these before, but it only lets you get up to 1/3 of your max energy, as you can see with the yellow bar at the bottom. Luckily, that's enough to do that. So last checkpoint of the run, here we go, into a infinite wall run section. If you get shot on here, you lose your collision with the wall, and it's usually enough to kill you. Make it through here. We're back on purple ground, so only 1/3 energy. Use charge dashes to mitigate the energy cost. Make it to the top. Now, for all you Silent Hill fans out here, into the pachinko machine. You guys like pachinko, right? Sorry. Alright. Last 2 jumps of the run. Time is coming up. Let's not mess this up. And time. Okay, that was actually a very good run, all things considered. Not a lot of super costly deaths. 26:16 is a really respectable time. Now, as you can see, the world record is a 23:24, and that's by Khalifin, who is an absolute madman at this game. So, as for closing remarks, this is Super Cloudbuilt. It's super fun, super engaging, and if you like movement tech, this is the game for you, because it is all about energy management, moving, and routing. So, thanks for watching the SGDQ submission video, and hopefully I'll see you guys up at SGDQ.